All right, cool.
Okay. So what do you want to talk about today? Sex or relationships? They're two very different things.
Let's do sex. Screw it. Let's get down to it.
Okay. So the thing about being a woman, and especially since you guys are so beautiful, and when I was your age, I was beautiful too. People are just going to be always having their hands on you. They're going to touch you. They're going to do things that you don't want them to do to you. And so my reaction to that is just be like, how much? Like, you should at least get something out of it. No, I'm serious. I'm 100% serious. It's like, you don't get to touch this for free. When it comes to sex, like, I mean, unless you want it. And if you want it, definitely use a condom. But, like, if someone just wants to touch you and not penetrate you, that's okay. Just make sure that they give you a gift, some money, something like that. Like, let them know that you're not cheap, you're not easy, you're not free. Be like, you want to touch me? Okay, give me a bracelet. You want to touch me? Okay, give me $100. But penetration should really only be if you're, like, in love. You know? Because your body is sacred. And it's a commodity. Even old ladies touch me in the freaking supermarket. Like, instead of being like, excuse me, they'll, like, put their hands around my waist and, like, scooch me aside. And I'm like, stop. Why do you think that I'm available to be touched?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah. No, people are going to be constantly touching you. And just know that your body is not for free. And if you get raped, which I assume you will, pretty much every woman I know has had non-consensual interactions. Don't go to the police. They won't help you. Just work it out through your, like, therapist or your friends or, like, your journal, and just your only chance of getting some form of justice for that is if you can find other women who have been assaulted by the same guy and you guys band together. And that's why sisterhood is really important. Because if you're not the only victim, you'll be believed. But if you are the only victim willing to come forward, you will not be believed and you'll be further traumatized by the police.
What about rape kits the hospital give that test for DNAs of guys?
Yeah, but if there's no, like, tearing or bruising or, you know what I mean? So how
would you get the guy's DNA, though?
Right. So, for example, did I tell you about Paul?
No.
Okay. So there's this guy, Paul. I thought he was gay. Like, seriously, when he walked in to meet my friend Pilar's mom the first time, he was like, ooh, love the bag. And we were buds, and he liked the same kind of music, and we would hang out together, and he asked me to go to a wedding for him, or a wedding with him. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then it got really late, and I was tired, and he was hanging with his bros. So I went back to the hotel room. It was in Vermont. I think it was Stowe. Yeah, Stowe. And I went to sleep, and when I woke up, he was, like, on top of me, and it was gross. And I even tried to tell some of my best friends about it, and they, like, didn't believe me. They're like, no, Paul, he's such a great guy. I thought he was gay. So it's like, there is no real justice for it. Just try to keep yourselves safe, and unless there's, like, obvious signs of bruising or a weapon involved, the police won't help you. Even your friends won't help you. But just, you know, talk to someone you trust, I guess, would be the best way to do it. Or try to find other people, just kind of poke around, like, sneakily, be like, have you ever been out with this guy? Or, like, have you ever, you know what I mean? Like, see if you can gather a crowd. But if you're that person's only victim, nobody's going to believe you, and the police will just further traumatize you, so don't do that. The police are not good people. Most of them are rapists themselves. I mean, I know you know this because we're from Brooklyn. And, yeah, the police are just I'm sure there are some great police officers out there, but most of them won't help you. So just be wary of that. If anything, you're more likely to get locked up for making a false police report or, like, harassed by the people around you for, making stuff up. So just, it's a sad truth, but it's a truth.
There are rape kits, though, at hospitals. So if you go immediately to the hospital...
all the guy has to say is it was consensual sex. And then it's a he said, she said.
I don't know. They seem to always favor the women in court cases, though.
No. If they take it to court, it's like a really big thing. So the police have to file it with the DA. And if there's not enough evidence, unless there's signs of, like, physical damage to your body or witnesses, then no. They won't even take it to court. When they take it to court, it means there's evidence. Like, if there's bleeding, bruising, like, witnesses, then they'll take it to court, and then the woman usually wins. But to even get it to court, there has to be more than that. Like, Paul, for example, didn't complete what he was attempting inside of me, if that makes sense. So, there was nothing I could do. Okay. All right, what else should I tell them about sex?
Probably something positive besides rape, because rape is not sex. Rape is assault. Yeah. It's not sex. It's a sexual assault. It's very different. So
in terms of sex, just, I know it doesn't feel as good. It doesn't feel even close to good, but if you're not with someone monogamously, you have to use a condom. I'm sorry. I know it doesn't feel good, but, I mean, latex is disgusting and it smells bad and, like, it's just not that fun. But you gotta do it just to keep your body safe. Also a good one, if you really want to have a relationship with someone, like both sexual, physical, and romantic, and psychological and emotional, like all the things, you have to learn how to give a good blowjob. Because there's a week of every month that you're going to be on your period. Yeah, my ex used to call it blowjob week. But yeah, physical intimacy is really important if you really want to have a relationship with someone. Hugging, cuddling, sex, all that stuff. It not only does it feel good, but it reinforces that relationship. And produces oxytocin, which makes people feel bonded. So, yeah, I recommend that. My one of my friends, for her bachelorette party, we had a stripper from Scores in New York City, which is like it's like one of the best strip clubs or whatever, come and teach us all how to give a perfect blowjob.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's important for a man to have his physical needs taken care of, because that makes him feel closer to you, whereas, like, you'll feel closer to him when he's meeting your emotional and psychological needs. This is just my experience, but there is actually a fair amount of data to back that up from a psychological and neuroscientific perspective. So
Yeah, I feel like guys' love language is typically touch, while girls is typically like acts of service and like listening, things like that.
Well, and being heard.
Yeah. I meant like being listened to. That's what I meant by listening.
Yeah. Yeah, being heard and attended to is typically what makes me feel close to a man.
Mm-hmm.
And feeling that we connect intellectually, emotionally, and psychologically.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas men, it's just like, they just want to take your chest off.
Yeah.
And then they're ready to talk. And then, when you get...
Pillow talk.
Yeah, and I feel like also with sex, like, when a man is most vulnerable is like in the mornings when they're feeling a little gentle, then you can like get to know them a little bit better because they're more, they haven't put up their psychological defenses for the day yet. You know?
They're at the low of their hormone cycle too when guys wake up.
Yeah, so that's...
So apparently we have our, like the woman hormone cycle is your menstrual cycle, 30 days, give or take. Men's is 1 day. Peaks around 4 p.m.
Yeah.
I've been told.
But you really want to know your man. Like, you want to know his body, his mind, his face, and his emotions, but you don't want to tell him because he... Trust me, he does not want to be known. Like, he does and he doesn't. Like, he wants you to know, but he doesn't want to be mirrored. He doesn't want to know what you know about him. You just want to notice things to, that make him feel safe and secure and happy and that he can trust you. And then the same goes for you. You want him to notice things about you, like, and not like stupid like compliments or like ego boosts. Like, don't do that. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just like be yourself and notice him, but don't constantly be thrusting yourself or like using your mind to thrust himself in his face, because men don't really, they don't want to hear it. And except for when they're at their tenderest or most tender moments, and then they want to hear it. And then just like little things, like touch him, like I'm doing right now, like squeeze his shoulder, so like the upper, if he's left-handed, it's upper left shoulder. If he's right-handed, it's upper right shoulder. And that gives him the feeling of being hugged when maybe he doesn't even want to be touched. And maintain your distance. Like, know when he wants to be touched and when he doesn't. Like, read him physiologically and hope that he does the same for you. Because there are going to be times, especially when it's your lady time, when you don't want to be touched, and yeah, you have to be clear about that. You have to set your boundaries, being like, I'm on my period, don't touch me. Or like, I'm pregnant, don't touch me.
Just give me ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. And then in terms of relationships, you really have to think about your boundaries in terms of cheating. So both of my parents were cheaters. My mom had, I guess you could call it a lover, and my father had a mistress. And that kind of worked for them because they got bored of each other sexually, but there wasn't, I don't know. I don't see a problem with cheating as long as there's honesty involved. Being like, I'm going to see this person every Wednesday at 12. And like, that's what's going to happen. And you can say yes or no. But it's not the worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world is to not in the world, but I mean in a relationship, is for there to be lying. But if your partner is honest with you and you've set clear boundaries, I don't really see a problem with cheating.